Guys, this is huge. We have a brand new update. Now, I hope you all had a brilliant weekend. I've had a stressful one, steamed all the wallpaper off an entire house. It was long. But we're now onto the sanding stage before we paint. So, little house update. Now, I am hyped for this. They finally added Cinderella after a long time. She's obviously been kind of, I'm thinking all of her sisters are in the game, but now we've got Cinderella. So I'm going to jump in and take a look at the patch notes. Now, yes, this did come out a few days ago, so I'm a little bit behind, but I thought let's jump in and take a look. Anyway, so we've got Cinderella, and I think she's looking pretty decent again. Fantastic art style and a few bug fixes. So I'll break the bug fixes down very quickly, but the main thing I'll look at is Cinderella and probably annoy all of you as I try and speak and can't. So there she is there. Again, like I said, always looks brilliant. I never have any complaints about the people who do the drawings of these. They're fantastic. She's a midline control hero on the blue team. She'll be available in the prize wall. Yeah, I presumed it would be obviously that's how they do the characters now. Every single time it's the prize wall. So she's got quite a beefy special, which is what I like. This means that a lot of cool stuff should be happening. Plus she's a control type hero. So, Cinderella's basic attack, depends on her outfit. At the beginning of each wave, she begins battle in her ball gown and transforms into a scullery maid outfit after a duration. So obviously the glass slipper disappears. While she is in her ball gown, her basic attack grants the frontmost ally a random buff for a duration. When Cinderella is in her maid outfit, her basic attack blinds the frontmost enemy. Now, blind means that I think that's that they can't actually activate their special. So that's quite nice. I like the idea of that with the clothes, obviously depending on how quickly she changes, but giving the frontmost ally a random buff. Now, it says random, it doesn't actually list what potential buffs could be chosen here, but I like the idea that you could potentially speed up the front ally, make the front ally invulnerable. Again, if you make them invincible, that could be a problem because then you're making your tank invincible, so he's ignored. So that could be a negative effect of that passive skill there. But just a few thoughts on that. I think that all sounds pretty decent at the moment. Cinderella cleanses herself and allies. Brilliant. She applies a shield to herself and each ally. Brilliant again. 4% of their max HP for a duration. So that's a percent of their max HP, not hers. So obviously that works nice. If you've got a tank, he's going to have a bigger shield, which means he's going to take more damage from the front. Cinderella and her allies also gain stacks of Hardy, brilliant, alongside armor and reality for a duration. So that's doing shield, Hardy, armor, reality, brilliant. Cinderella and her allies, Cinderella's random buffs, here we go, include a movement, attack speed, a shield, armor, reality, skill power, base damage. I don't really like the stacks of Hardy from the buff, and I wish they would have done an invincible one, but that's good. So that gets rid of what I was worried about, that she could do an invisible buff. So it's okay, not awful, but it's okay. Cinderella can target herself with random buffs, and any Hardy stats granted by her remain until used in battle. So you wouldn't really want her to put it on herself, but yeah, at the moment, pretty cool. Nice bit of detail. Brush off. I like the look of that icon. Cinderella brushes her dress, refreshing herself. She cleanses herself, healing 4% of her max HP, gaining an amount of energy, and increasing her skill power and base damage by an amount for a duration. Solid. Just a pretty solid move. I've got nothing else to add to that. Solid. Stunning songbirds. Cinderella's companions fly forth, targeting the enemy with the most buffs applied and removing them. That's really good. The enemy is stunned and has their armor reality reduced. That's really good as well. As Cinderella's companions surround their enemy, that just sounds really scary. They first deal normal damage and then fantastic damage as they depart. If enemies do not have any buffs, Cinderella will target the furthest enemy. So again, really nice, because that means she's going to take down the healer. or the person with the most buffs. That's a really good way to look at it. So I'd imagine she'd be I know not many people use Kermit anymore, but she'd be a good counter for Kermit, or really anybody that puts buffs on. So we've got magical transformation. When Cinderella switches outfits, she gains a % increase in movement attack speed for a duration. Really good. If Cinderella or an ally receives a debuff, she provides a HP shield to that hero for a duration. Enemies blinded by Cinderella have their movement and attack speed reduced by a % for a duration. She can provide a shield this way so you can't, it's not infinited. So I like that. I really like that. Yeah, if an ally receives a debuff, she's going to instantly shield them. So that could, like for example, if they're slowed down and then they get a shield, that's a good sort of edit there, if you know what I mean. That's a really good turnaround. So she's, for a control type hero, she's really, really supporty, is what my kind of first opinion would be. She's offering a lot of support elements. Keep dreaming. When Cinderella is in her ball gown, her basic attack removes debuffs from her target and replaces them with stacks of Hardy. When Cinderella is in her maid outfit, her basic attack removes buffs from her target and replaces them with stacks of fatigue. Really good. Stunning Songbird now targets an additional enemy. Really good. And reduces skill power and basic damage by an amount. So you really need a red skill. To see that huge change in power, her red skill is going to be phenomenal. If there are not any enemies with active buffs, Cinderella will additionally target the frontmost enemy with stunning Songbirds. Charge condition, she says, yeah. So there's the expert, the battle badge I don't really bother with anyway. She's with Anna and Fairy Godmother. Now there's a couple of bug fixes as well. Fixed an issue related to patch level, that's fine. Fixed an issue on a hero screen that was causing lag, brilliant. Fixed an issue where the gold would display 0, fine. So not anything major, but nice little fixes that they're just keeping up to date with the game. I like that. Heroes will not appear in shop until they're refreshed, but yeah, that's normal. And she'll be in the prize wall, and there should be an update tomorrow. So what do I think of Cinderella? Will she have a place? She hasn't stood out to me as a character who I'm like, oh, I really want to work on. But she is certainly a good character. I'm not going to sit here and say that she isn't. I would definitely, again, the nice thing with it is that she is in the prize wall. So you can just kind of get on with the prize wall. And again, it's very difficult to not complete the prize wall, even without trying. So that's something for you to kind of consider, that you might as well just get her maxed out. There's no reason not to, really. So just think about that. There's no reason to not level her. Oh, got a full character. There's no reason to not level her up. So you might as well crack on with it, or it would be a bit of a waste, really. Oh, I haven't done this one on hardest mode yet. I didn't even change my team. Actually, I think on this one, you have to fight Fozzie at the end and he kills my entire team every time. Is this the one? I know Lee can't do damage, but she can take the damage, which is what I like. And then I just let Bolt do everything. Here we go. Why was it I was dying on this one? Oh, I see. I see exactly why. Because they freeze Bolt, and this is the one where they have fantastic immunity. So let's knock him off. I can't use Zeus. So what I might do here is I might prepare the platypus on just to do a bit of extra damage. Oh my goodness. Twaza just threw the donut and killed Perry immediately. Pocahontas, I want to get the buffs in. Let's buff up Bolt. See if we can keep Bolt alive a bit longer. There we go. And we're keeping that stunning. And obviously, the reason I like to use Chip and Dale is because they do a lot of damage at the start. There we go. Okay, Pocahontas was quite a nice choice, actually. Let's stop using people's specials here. Okay, here we go. Come on. Yes. No one's been frozen yet. Been picked up again. Come on, Bolt. No. No. Oh, that's so close. Oh, look at Pocahontas. Look at the hill from Pocahontas. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Okay, yeah. I think Cinderella's going to be an absolutely incredible character. She's certainly going to have a place on a lot of people's teams. Again, she's in the prize wall, so just get her maxed out and then decide whether you want to use her. There's no reason to not go through the prize wall and max her out. It would just be a waste. So yeah, make sure you do that. I don't really have a huge amount of advice on unlocking the character. It's unfortunately all a bit random where she is in the prize wall. So yeah, just make sure you stay focused. You keep pushing through the prize wall. And I mean, if you do level up during the event, that's when you're going to get most of your benefits from anyway. So just consider that and keep pushing. I'm still working here on my favourite Lee. I didn't get the battle pass in the end, as I explained last week, because I wasn't fussed about just upgrading her what was I saying? Just upgrading her red skill. I wasn't particularly fussed about it. I'm not saying not to do it, but just personally, I wasn't that fussed about it. But yeah, so hope you've all had a brilliant week, guys. And a brilliant week. This only just started. Hope you've all had a good weekend. And I'll see you all soon. Make sure, if you want to win some money, I'm doing a Christmas giveaway. Watch the short that comes out every day at 10 p.m. and drop a comment down, and you'll be in for the chance of winning some money. Now, I'll see you legends in the next one.